So, I was doing some thinking. Went down to the store to pick up my usual energy drink and pack of cigarettes that I like. The Southern Cut Marlboros are delicious. Amp just came out, or at least at this place where I get my energy drinks at, two for $1 with one of their coupons. It's called Amp Energy Active Orange and Caffeine and Electrolytes. Active Boost Focus. It's pretty good. I like Amp. I like their flavors. I like the variety. Monster is good. I kind of see it as like the price for alcohol. Like, you know, your PBS and your Bud Light or your Natty Daddies or your, Natural Ice. All those beers, they're cheaper than, your Budweiser. Your bourbon. The bourbon colas are good. $7.99 for a 6-pack, though. They're ridiculous. But nonetheless, so Amp for a quality where I can get it for 2 for $3 over there. Same with the recoveries, so 2 for $3. Or with a coupon for Amp, instead of 2 for $3, you get 2 of them, $1 off. So you get them for $1, 2 for $1. Not bad, 50 cents a piece with that coupon. It's pretty good stuff. I like it. Yep, and it tastes like an orange juice with carbonation, or as most people know it as an orange soda. But these guys, this is a guy who owns a store. It used to be called Popeyes. It's called Discount Market, I think is what the name of it is. I'll have to go and check the sign again, but us locals always call it Popeyes. So if you're ever in the Mount Washington Valley, I strongly recommend you get your gas, you get your cigarettes. If you drink energy drinks, get your energy drinks there. They are second cheapest to Discount Beverage, which is in North Conway. Right now, the store I'm talking about is in Conway. And they got a lot of good stuff there. You can get your bread and get your eggs. It's like a quart of a thing of butter for like $1 or something like that. It's pretty good. Good deals. Good deals. And the people there that work there are really nice. I actually lend movies to this one guy, Jack. Just because, I was doing my promotions where, if someone borrowed movies or whatever, they'd have to tell their friends. If their friends were interested in borrowing movies, it'd be $5 for 5 nights. But if you want it for just the extra weekend, it'd only be 50 cents. And everyone knows that I go to the pawn shop, the Conway Valley Pawn, which is just it's a church and an ice cream shop and a Napa away from this market discount. Popeyes is what we still call it, even though it's not Popeyes anymore. We still call it Popeyes. And that's where I go and get my movies. And those guys are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. It's under new ownership, and it has been since the past year and a half, 2 years. Either way, those guys are really nice. We do business together. I help them out. I find movies that are still packaged up that they can sell for a little bit more. I find their classics. I find ones that are rare that I hand to them so that way they can try and sell it online rather than in the pawn shops. They can try and make a little more money off of it. A nice guy like that. For my birthday, they gave me a free movie for my birthday. I shit you not. Free movie for my birthday because I'm in there so much. And I picked Hannibal to complete the set. And I was looking around and I found the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Platinum Collector's Set. I've never seen this in stores. And it was still in condition with the evidence folder. Now, I brought it to them and said, look, listen, I've never seen this. They don't make these anymore that I know of. You could probably sell it for a little bit more. So they sold it as a box set. They could have probably sold it online for a little bit of money. But if you're ever interested, go to the Conway Valley Pawn. When this video's up, I will actually have a link of their Facebook. They have a Facebook. You probably find it at Conway Valley Pawn Shop. Or Conway Valley Pawn. Facebook it. They're really nice people. They really are. I do stuff with them from, they even bought some of my charms. Some of my custom necklaces. Yep. They'll help me out with anything I need help with. And they'd probably treat you with the same courtesy. So if you're ever in the valley, those are the places I recommend. The places I do not recommend are the Red Jacket. It's run by a general manager who acts like a 5-year-old. from what I've been told, and this is from one of the employees, I will not mention any names, because God forbid this general manager throws a 5-year-old fit. And the housekeeping manager, who's suffering from probably severe cases of menopause and old age, who's, you know, a real bitch. She's the housekeeper's department manager. I don't like her. Although there was a funny incident. I used to work at the Red Jacket, and I was walking around the hallways, and they could see me on camera. I'm like looking around, and this kid had lost a pendant that had Jesus on it. He wanted me to help him find it. So I just got over one of the worst breakups I'd ever experienced in my life. The pain lasted about a week. Alcohol helps. And pacing the halls, looking around, and Holly to Kyle. Yeah. What are you doing? Looking for Jesus? True story. True story. I used to go in there buzzed and all sorts of fucked up. Drunk. It was funny. And what'd they fire me for? A damn Gatorade. So I don't recommend the Red Jacket. And it's not even just on a personal thing. The guy who owns a Davenport, he's an asshole too. I'm surprised he's still walking around breathing. What a prick. Fuck him. Kind of reminds me of Bush. When I think Davenport, I think Bush. And I don't know why that is. I've seen Davenport, I think, on 2 occasions. One of them I wasn't working there anymore. And with how honest and open I am, imagine how that went. So anyways, I would recommend, if you're ever looking for, if you're one of those people who's looking for a summer place, cheap house, cheap housing, you know, to have just for like a vacation getaway, if you like skiing, if you like snowboarding, check out Lamplightus. The people there are nice. They got a sweet secretary. She's a sweetheart. They got a cool manager. They've only got one guy working, but that's because it's run by Canadians. Yep. What's the name of that company? I forget. I can't think of the name of the guy. But anyways, it's run by these corporate pricks from Canada. I was confusing the word pigs with pricks. Probably a little bit of both. Money grubbers. I can't stand those people. Another place I don't recommend is Sister Crow's. The woman in there is batshit crazy. But if you go to the North Conway Valley, you're going to find a lot of this supernatural occult shit. And you're going to find people who monkey around with spiritual nonsense. I'm not even going to begin to get into that. We got one head shop up here, you know, for you buy your pot paraphernalia that's supposed to be used for tobacco use only, but we don't do that. But it's a disclaimer so that way they can say they are not helping, you know, indulge in the partaking of marijuana. That was a mouthful. And these guys over headlines, they're pretty cool. They're all right. You know, go check out their swords, their knives. It's overpriced, but whatever. It's a tourist trap, and we don't have a sales tax. One of the benefits to this town. Going upward, there's this other occult shop, and it's right across. It's kind of diagonal from Sister Crow's, and above Sister Crow's is a Mason church, hall, place, thing. Religions. There's churches all over this godforsaken town. I don't even see us as being real Republican. I mean, a lot of us like our guns. We like our booze, but even our 14-year-olds here like our booze. We must have some really good booze here. There's also not much to do in this town. Did an article on that. There's not much to do in this town. Except, unless you've got money, you can check out Cafe Noche. Mexican place. Sorry. Jalisco's. Well, it's almost authentic Mexican food. I mean, it's closer than Cafe Noche is. Panda Garden. Peking. There's another one up in North Conway, trying to think of the name of it. But it's another one. I mean, we've got like, 4 or 5, Chinese restaurants. None of them deliver anymore. Heads up for those who want to get trashed in this valley, because there's not much else to do other than skiing, hiking, snowboarding, mountain biking, jogging, running, swimming in really cold water, and chilling on the beach. I mean, our kids here, I know 12-year-olds that are smoking cigarettes and drinking. There's like literally nothing to do unless you have money. And, you know, we got a community center in North Conway that's barely ever used. We got a playground, Schuler Park. And we got Fire 21 down here in Conway for one of the pizza shops. I like Fire 21's pizza. I really do. So if you're ever in town, check out Fire 21. The guy there is awesome. He bought the place not too long ago. Now he's the owner of it, and he makes damn good pizza. He gives you really good deals. He's got $3.99 for one of their large shakes. $3.99. Not bad. Check out the ask him for the cotton candy kind. I don't know the actual thing. It's like blue goo, something like that. But it's cotton candy ice cream, and I love cotton candy ice cream. I don't look like I like cotton candy ice cream, but I love cotton candy ice cream. For breakfast, Banners. Banners is open 7 to 3. You go a little past Lamplighters up on Route 16 or White Mountain Highway. If you've hit KFC, you've gone too far, go back about 15, 20 feet. And Banners is right there. And the owner over there is pretty cool. He's a nice guy. And they make the best chocolate chip pancakes. Now, I love chocolate chip pancakes. I don't look like I love chocolate chip pancakes, but I love chocolate chip pancakes. I like chocolate chip pancakes with whipped topping, my rainbow sprinkles, and doused in Aunt Jemima's syrup. That is a good breakfast, and to wash it down with a fine energy drink of AMP. And no, I'm not going to show you the logo because YouTube's going to get all pissy. Even though you'd think AMP would like the little bit of, you know, product placement for my videos. You go further up, you'll hit Glen. Not much to do up there. Beautiful scene of the mountains. There's the overlook up towards Intervale. Kind of in Intervale, but it's an information center. Good for tourists. It's beautiful. You can see the mountains. It's great. It's beautiful. Good scenery. Spring, summer, fall, winter, doesn't matter. Looks good. And you go a little further up, you'll hit Bartlett. And while you're in Glen and you see the Circle K, hang a right. And this is coming, like I said, from Conway, North Conway. Hang a right. You'll find Storyland about 20 minutes up the road from that Circle K. And that place is good for children. They really need to work on fixing the rides that have been broken for years, though. Kids would love it, but as an adult, you're kind of looking around and it kind of looks like a shithole. It's dirty. I don't like dirty. And then as you keep going, what once was the Heritage House was I loved more than Storyland was the Heritage House. It's walking through history. You guys don't care about history, most likely. But I like history. You guys probably don't. But it's creative how they did it. I don't care how old I am, whether I'm 23 now or if I was 5 years old. The Heritage House was my favorite. I loved the Heritage House. It was a lot of fun. Storyland, I guess, closed it down or whatever. But I really liked it. You know, you got to see the newsprint and stuff. And how, Abraham Lincoln gave his speech. It was neat. That's something I really enjoyed. More so than Storyland, I'd say. But as I was saying, you keep going. You'll hit Gorham. And you're going to go this way, or you can go this way. What you do is you hang a left, and you go through Berlin, and how to get there. You go through Berlin. I'll have to actually post the directions for you guys at some point. They're closed now anyways, but what I'm trying to get you to is Santa's Village, which was Mick Foley's #1 place to take his kids. He lives in upstate New York, and he likes Santa's Village, his favorite place. And I don't blame him. And Santa's Village has good upkeep. They've got new stuff that you actually have to look for. It's awesome. I love Santa's Village. And I like their log ride better than the one over at Storyland. It's taller. Now, going forth up in Berlin, it's a dump. It's a shithole. Don't bother with it. Yep. I don't like Berlin. Was a nice mill town. Wealthy. Now it's a ghetto. It looks like a centerfold of Detroit. It looks like someone took Detroit, took a cut of it, and placed it up here in the White Mountains. It's so out of place. But it's something you'd almost see in the movies. You know, you've got the kids in these ghetto houses that are like, you know, a foot and a half away from each other. Hills, there's an east side, there's a west side. You can see the east side from the west side. Like I said, it's like someone took Detroit, cut it out into a square, and placed it right here in the White Mountains. It's ridiculous. Not much going on in there in Berlin. Not much to say about that. So turn you around. You can go to Maine from Berlin. You can go to Maine from almost pretty much anywhere in New Hampshire. And actually, if you hit Maine, and you somehow get to Maine, you can actually hit Hanover, New Hampshire. Yeah, my boss is trying to get us to somewhere using his TomTom or his, you know, directional map thing. And I kid you not, I says, you know, you watch, we're going to meet our final destination, and it's going to be like a graveyard, or it's going to be a ditch or something for, you know, you've made your final destination. You've reached your final destination. That's what this thing says. So I'm supposed to get to a place in Maine for the Sam Brown place for the Big Apple where I was working. Passed it with flying colors. It was great. Went up to Maine to go and have this meeting. Trying to find this place. It says you reached your final destination. Mind you, this place was in New Hampshire where I was working. In North Conway. Hanover, New Hampshire. Somehow we made it over to the other side of like Maine that curves like this, and somehow made it over to Hanover. Yeah, I don't know how that works either. Don't ask me. I'm not the one who drew the roads up. Otherwise, there'd have been a straight road all the way through the country. No curves, no nothing. Tree in the way, cut down the tree. Rock in the way, you move the rock. But I'd have made a straight shot from Boston to California, straight road. Nothing in the way of it. I guess it might be a good thing that I didn't, you know, designate which roads went where. Otherwise, it'd just be like a mess. Cross intersections and this and that. Probably a lot of accidents. Because I forget to put in the red lights. But anyways. Going on from there. From Maine. Couple of fun places up there. York Beach. It was fun. Old Orchard Beach, I would recommend. The boardwalk, everything. Good stuff up there. Good stuff. I love Old Orchard Beach. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. They do a carnival. They've got, you know, the Ferris wheels. You can go see blue lobsters. You're right off on the ocean too. It's nice. Yep, if you actually head out far enough, just far away from Old Orchard Beach, see a couple of whales, maybe even a few dolphins. Yep. So let's bring you over to. Well, let's not talk about Vermont. There's really nothing up there. Except for, like, I guess the world's biggest candy stand thing. I think that's Vermont. Is that Vermont? Now you got me thinking. Damn it all to hell. Go look it up. World's biggest candy stand. Candy wall thing. Yeah, it's a wall-to-wall candy thing that you can go and pick out your candy, and it's the world's biggest. Apparently. I'm pretty sure someone over in England made one bigger. But, yeah. Type it in New England, though, or you can search all the New England states. The two that I can think of is either New Hampshire or Vermont. So start with that. Get you guys to do some of the footwork here for a little while. Christ, make me sit here and do all the talking. You guys can go research it yourself. Another thing that had come to mind when you're up in Maine is some of the forests, some of the national forests. Those are nice. You can look those up. Go down into, go up actually, and you'll hit Canada. I don't know how, but you go up and you hit Canada. And then in Canada, they got Granby Zoo. You'll be hitting Quebec. Montreal, Quebec. You'll be up that way. And you'll find Granby Zoo, which I strongly recommend. Granby Zoo is awesome. Up in that portion of Canada. Skylon Tower. Dumbest idea I ever came up with. I got a fear of heights, and it was my idea to go into the Skylon Tower because I'm like, hey, it's an elevator. And it goes up, and I can stay inside because it was my idea. I figured this is something I could do, right? You know, the guy's like, there's a surprise in front of you. Just look straight ahead. And as we're going up, I see all of Montreal, Quebec. Shortly after I shat myself, not literally, but, you know, just kind of stood back and I was around people and, you know, thought I was going to fall over dead. We went to Buffalo, New York. On the other side of Niagara Falls. And scarier than the Skylon Tower, we went to City Hall on this balcony. My dad's like, wow, look at the city. I'm like, wow, look at those really small people in cars. I don't like heights. My dad knew I didn't like heights. My dad's girlfriend knew I didn't like heights. So what'd they do? They brought me up on a hot air balloon. Thank God it was tied to the ground, but still, I'm about ready to shit bricks. They brought me to the City Hall, and they brought me on the Skylon Tower. Fuck that. You'll get over your fear of heights, unless I die of a heart attack beforehand, and whatever. We went to Howe Caverns, which was a lot of fun. I liked Howe Caverns. That was interesting. Didn't get to see any bats, though. I always liked bats. And that's what I liked about Granby Zoo and the National Geographic Zoo. But that's for another story when I discuss Washington, D.C. to you guys. But I'm just trying to give you a tour of northern New England up into a little bit of Canada. And, of course, Buffalo, New York, yes, is part of New England. So, that being said, that is my little tour of this town. Like I said, stop by Popeyes, check out Santa's Village, and if you can, check out Canopy Lake State Park. Yep, I like Canopy Lake. I really do. It's not that bad. My mom hated Canopy Lake. But like I said, Storyland, check out Santa's Village. A lot of fun. Mick recommends it. I recommend it. And it's not just because I respect Mick Foley for all he's done, but it's because I personally like Santa's Village. There's more to do. It's bigger, and you actually see some like forestry and so on. Everything's just like automated, you know, or like, you know, robotic or whatever. There's people there. It's amazing. You make your own gingerbread too, which is good. I like making my own gingerbread. Oh yeah, if I went back there, I'd be 5 again. I'd be like running around all over the place, like fuck yeah! Santa's Village. Storyland, not so much. Santa's Village, oh, I am going to Santa's Village this summer, let me tell you. I will be going there. Yep. Oh. I remember my first trip to Santa's Village. It was exciting. Giant nutcracker. Go on the slide and stuff. It's right at the entrance. You go in. Big buildings, houses. When you're, you know, small, then you get to take a thing all the way up through, and oh yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I'm going to walk and take the sky rail, I guess is what you'd call it. Yeah. Kind of like what they have at the ski slopes. Yep. Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's a good family thing too. Bring the kids. Get them loaded up on sugar, they'll pass out in the car. I gotta say, that was one of my favorite energy drinks. Amp. I love it. It's good. It's delicious. And it's all going. Yep. Oh, right. Looking at my tattoo. Don't get tattoos up here. You'll probably get them cheaper elsewhere. Unless you want a souvenir being a tattoo. Right next to Lamplighters is White Mountain Tattoo Parlor. If you go up where I said to, a little past the valley, as soon as you get through the valley and stuff, you're gonna find, your way towards Intervale. You'll find the White Trellis. I think it's just before the White Trellis you'll find Tattoo America, which I guess they do like bargains and stuff. You can like do trades and stuff to because laptops, keyboards, instruments, toys. He's a family oriented guy. He's got a kid, so whatever it is you've got, even game consoles and shit and games, he'll take a little bit off and you can get your tattoo. From what I heard, I never got my tattoo up there. This one I got in Perfect Tattoos up in Traverse City, Michigan. Haven't gotten a tattoo out here yet. Although I'm thinking about getting the Abominations one right here. But I got some other plans, I think. Probably do my Hatchet's Wicked Shack tattoo, considering, it is my business. And, it's my one and only child. Most beautiful thing I've ever created was Hatchet's Wicked Shack. Anything good came out of my 23 years. I built on my own, that I did with my own bare hands. Where I got to meet the coolest people. It had to have been Hatchet's Wicked Shack, which I'm thinking about putting up here in North Conway. Add to the tourism and stuff. If you guys are in for shopping, there's the outlet mall. Again, no sales tax, but all I can say about it. Lids, you can get your custom stitched hats there and stuff. Can't get designs, unfortunately, put in. But you can have, like, your name or someone's name. They just have a real big issue. Like, if you've got a Red Sox hat, you can't get anything on the front near the logo. Some big fucking trademark copyright thing. I don't know. It's a pain in the ass, but I'd rather much just, be home doing it. I believe in, do it yourself. Which is why I do custom charms, and, I do all the stuff that I do. And just wait until the FBI charm comes in, guys. I will be unveiling it to you guys as soon as they come in. Oh my god. Beautiful. Just beautiful. If you guys really want to go and take a look at it, you don't want to wait, go to my Facebook page. Hatchet's Wicked Shack. Yep. Well, that's about all the time I got for you guys today. I gave you guys a little tour of bits and pieces of New Hampshire. I didn't even cover Vermont. No sense in it. Maine. Got a little bit of Maine. Mostly in like the southern to like, over here of Maine. So didn't cover much. Brought you guys up to Canada a little bit. And down to Buffalo, New York. Because again, right across the falls. Right across Niagara Falls. Buffalo, New York. And Quebec. A little bit right there. Yep. So, like I said, you guys can look this stuff up, Google it, research it. If you ever hear about your family wanting to go on a winter vacation, come up to New England, visit the Mount Washington Valley. Stay away from the locals, though. We're not exactly the nicest of folk. We'll party with the Russians, though. Yeah, we got J1s that come up, so, you 17, 18-year-old kids that want to go out and party while your parents are shacked up at the fucking Red Jacket. Please tell your parents not to go to the Red Jacket. I beg of you. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Parents. Oh, God. I'll give you plenty of other places that are local. Check out the Conway Valley Inn. You can get a cabin there. I'd recommend the Mount Washington Valley Hotel. Eastern Slope is beautiful. The Grand is awesome. You ever see that movie Dunstan Checks In? That lobby? Yeah, that's kind of like what the Grand Hotel looks like. Yeah. You go to the lobby at the Red Jacket and you're like, what the fuck is this place? It's not that impressive. It's just big, and you got halls for this, and Chapman's for this, and Chatty's for this, and then this hall over that way. Ugh. No, but the Grand is beautiful. Yep. Or the Hampton Inn. You guys are probably familiar with the Hampton, and we got a Holiday Inn. I try and keep it local, like the Schoolhouse, or my personal favorite that I've never stayed at, unfortunately, but I really want to, Adventure Suites. Yeah, Google Adventure Suites. You're like, wow. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Some of the rooms. I wasn't too impressed by the Dragon Lair, except for the bed. It's on rope. Swings the bed. Yeah. Mostly for couples, though. But Adventure Suites, they've got they got family rooms, like the Treehouse. Oh my god, the Treehouse. I'm dead serious. Check out Adventure Suites. You really want to stay at a place for a few nights or whatever, and you're just up here for the weekend, maybe from Massachusetts, maybe from California, because you thought, hey, New England sounds like a good idea, where it's freezing cold. Adventure Suites. And it's local. So, giving you a little bit of this and that. Told you guys where to visit, where not to go. Comment below, ask me questions. I'll tell you what I think about Boston. For my next video that I do, we'll call this, what do we call this? Hatchet's Wicked Tour. Yeah! Hatchet's Wicked Shack, Hatchet's Wicked Show, Hatchet's Wicked Tour. Cool. Alright. Good idea, guys. Peace.